Hey y'all. I hope you all are doing well. I took the night off. I got some rest. My body was like, look, you may be stubborn, but come back to reality. I need some rest. And I was like, you know what, ma'am? You right. I'll be right back. I'm back. So as I stated before, I took the night off because baby was tired and didn't realize that baby was truly tired. Okay. I have been going hard for, I want to say 30 days straight. I probably took like maybe, so not 30 days straight, but maybe 2 days off since I started this journey. And I transitioned from day to night. And I think them nights kicked my ass. So with that being said, Father God, thank you for allowing us to have another night together. We thank you for this beautiful day that you allowed us to wake up this morning and enjoy wherever we were. And we ask that we end the night as we started, peacefully, happily, graciously. We thank you for our ancestors for being our biggest cheerleaders in helping us along, guiding us, bestowing their wisdom upon us, and working out things in realms that we cannot see. We thank you for your archangels, for them being on assignment, for them accepting the assignment to guide us, to deliver messages to us, to protect us, and to heal us. We thank you for your grace, your mercy, your presence, and your continued blessings that you bestow upon us that we do not take for granted. We thank you for peace. We thank you for joy. We thank you for working things out on our behalf. And we thank you for hearing our prayers. Utilize us in the kingdom as you see fit. I surrender and submit to you. I love you and I praise you. And any evil eye that should be anywhere in our midst, we rebuke you and return to sender 20 times fold. And the church say, what? Amen. Let's get to it. So, yeah, this body was like, child, look, stop it. Okay. Go to bed. And I mean, go to bed. And I was like, okay. Anywho, a little grounding. So you know I love my movies. And we got to talk about it, child, because we watched a movie tonight that I got a whole sermon about it. Okay? It was that deep. And I got to let the world know about it, because how did I not know about it? Me of all people. Like, what happened? A little Palo Santo? Please and thank you. And the name of the movie is Sisu. SU. And I believe it came out in 2022 or 23. It's funny because we just found out about another franchise, well, soon to be started as a franchise. I mean, it was a solo movie, and now they're going to have a sequel. And that particular movie is actually by the same people that made John Wick, and that is Mr. Nobody. And we didn't know about Mr. Nobody until this year, and was like, huh. So now we just found out about Sisu, which is a Finnish word that has no translation other than the fact that it means like white knuckled perseverance. Like, okay, straight up. Just like certain movies can put a flame under your butt to get out of a funk, or not movies, music. Certain music can help you get out of a funk. It can put you in a funk and it can help you get out of a funk, right? Certain movies can do the same thing. You know, that energy doesn't lie. And the energy of that movie, because of course I don't want to give it away. I'm not that person. I don't like giving away movies. It's just not my thing. Some people like to ruin it for other people. I like you to actually, enjoy it. I'm a true movie buff. Okay. So I appreciate walking into something and not truly knowing what's going on with it. I'm not too big to watch a preview, but the minute that my son was like, yeah, I heard this is good, which he later confessed he'd actually seen it already. But I saw that it had 94%, I think, on Rotten Tomatoes, or one of those. It was like under the movie, it was like 94 and it's at 88. So I'm not sure which one, but anyway, it had high rating. And my son's enthusiasm, I was like, let's do it. Child, it did not. It did not fall short of nothing but chef's kiss. It was great. It was great. It was great. Please check it out. That is one of the movies that will definitely put you in a, all right, I got this. Get back out there for another round type of feel. Because it had us yelling at the TV. I swear, we might have to start doing some reaction videos, because when me and mine get together and watch a movie, honey, it's entertaining. It is entertaining. How y'all doing? If you don't know me, I'm Dee. If you are new, welcome. If you are returning, thank you. Either way, thank you. I appreciate your support. I appreciate you watching. I appreciate you listening. I appreciate you even thinking that maybe I might have something for you, because 9 times out of 10, I do. If you're watching this video, it is absolutely meant for you to see. And I have full faith that you're going to get whatever it is that you need through me from the divine. I am your nurse. I am your travel agent. I am your motivational speaker. I am your personal trainer. I am your self-care advocate. I am your big sister, and I am your company at the moment. So welcome. May you be, and this is the Blessed Seven, by the way. We do 7 cards. We have another new deck, the last of the new decks. Tonight it is the Namaste deck, so we will get to that, and then we will do our Bible roulette, and then we will burn some bay leaves and send you on your way, either to bed or out to play. So first card out, we have ask and it will be given to you, seek and you will find, knock and the door will be open to you. Matthew 7:7. Nod. What's going on with me tonight? I think I'm so excited that I'm stumbling over my words, because I genuinely did miss you all. Even though I did need some sleep. I really did need some sleep. God never gives us anything to do that he does not give us the strength to do. Ain't that the truth? Jack Hiles. Guess what, y'all? I started Tai Chi and it's free. That's how you know it's for me. If it's free, it's for me. I'm for real. Not only did I start Tai Chi, but my sons, they came with me. And they didn't have a clue as to what Tai Chi is. And the instructor was absolutely phenomenal, did a whole introduction video that broke it down for him and actually gave me some insight that I didn't know Tai Chi did all that. I had no idea. I mean, I do know that anytime I've ever seen someone do it, they were seasoned. Okay. Um, but I've been wanting to do Tai Chi for a very, very long time. And to find out that it had all those health benefits for your cardiovascular system and your balance, obviously, and just a whole myriad of things and how it connects you to the earth and just the appreciation to the universe. I didn't know it had all of that involved. And I was totally ignorant. Now that I know what I know versus what I didn't know before. And I'm immensely grateful to be a part of this. It's going to go on the entire summer. And what we learned today, or what I learned today, is that I definitely need to embrace the art of slowing down. Because you think when you see Tai Chi, it is a very fluid movement, a very concentrated movement. And you wouldn't think it would be that challenging, or at least for myself. I can only speak for myself, obviously. But to move that slowly and that gracefully and that controlled, it seems so simple until you actually do it. And though I found myself really having to focus. And that essentially is the point. It is listening to your body and adjusting where you need to. And what you want wants you to. And I've been wanting Tai Chi for a long time. I didn't realize my body needs it to. So cheers to Tai Chi. I'm so excited. So if you have an opportunity, there is a plethora of instructional videos on YouTube University. If you're watching this video, 9 times out of 10, you're already on YouTube. Check out a couple of videos on Tai Chi. And I am looking forward to sharing more of my evolution with it. It is so dope. I mean, I love watching martial art films and all the different styles, but to actually learn how to do Tai Chi. And what's so dope is that my teenagers are learning it now, so that they'll have it for the rest of their existence. And I'm very, you know what? At one point, the instructor came over to me, and come to find out, his name is the same name. My oldest and the instructor have the same name, first name, and so they bonded, which is great because my oldest is quite shy, and so, and he was the first person that the instructor had introduced themselves after he introduced himself, and so they bonded. And at one point, we were doing, it's called Cloud. I don't know if it's called Cloud Dance or Cloud Hands. So I'm still learning, and this was the first time I actually did this. So I'm probably, admit that I might not be saying it correctly. But it's a sequence of fluid movements where you sway your arms in a cloud, like a cloud formation, and your hands, your whole body gets involved. And both my boys had their eyes closed. They were standing side by side, and I was on the side of my youngest, and they were in unison. And the instructor pulled me to the side, and he goes, "Do you see that? Your boys are in unison. What do you think that's about?" Energy. They were on the same frequency of peace. And it was beautiful. Quite magical, honestly. I'm so excited that they were willing. My son was like, I think my oldest was like, "Well, if I say no, you're going to be mad." I'm like, "No, you have a choice. You have a choice, okay? Don't feel like there's power in no. No is a whole sentence, okay? I just know that it'll be beneficial to you. And sure enough, the instructor went around the room at the end and he asked what we felt as that we got out of it. And he started with my son again and he said, I feel like I released negative energy. My heart melted because at one point he was battling depression. So to hear him say that is like, I just heard peace be to Allah. Thank you, God. Thank you. And for me, I'm about to cry, like really. If I get emotional, I'm going to pause and come back after I cry. Because I need to give my body that opportunity to cleanse its to express itself and cleanse. But I'm all right. For me, I heard this is confirmation of where you're supposed to be right now. So quite a beautiful, beautiful thing. It was a room full of people. I think we were, aside from another young man who was probably in his early 20s, maybe mid 20s, maybe, and myself, everyone else was quite seasoned. And it's a really nice mix of people. I've always had an affinity for the older population. You know, I've always been respectful of them. I've always, I wasn't really raised with children. So when it comes to, when it came to dealing with adults as a child, I felt way more comfortable around older people than younger people and people my age. I mean, for God's sakes, I was literally showing up in high school in business casual, trench coat, briefcase, the whole nine, satchel, whatever. I would go to school from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. and then get on the bus for about an hour to make it for my shift from 3 to 9 because I was a banker. I was on my money, baby. I was a 17-year-old banker. And so I never quite really, high school was a necessary evil, but I started my financial journey very early in life and never truly related to my peers. As a matter of fact, I'm coming up on my 25th high school reunion, and I have decided I'm not going. Just not. I couldn't relate with them then, and I don't know. Whoever I'm in contact with now is whoever I've always been in contact with, and I'm good. I don't have any against anyone. It's not that. I don't see the point. Our world has gotten so much smaller thanks to the internet. And I'm probably still friends with a lot of people I graduated from high school with, so okay. May our Lord Jesus Christ himself and God our Father encourage your hearts and strengthen you in every good deed and word. 2 Thessalonians 2:16-17. I always say I wanted a new card, and I definitely don't remember this one. One can never consent to creep when one feels an impulse to soar. Helen Keller. We definitely have not gotten this card before, so yay. All right, so we got 2 down, 5 to go. My oldest is very much like me in that regard. He understands the purpose of he understands the purpose of high school. And both my boys hit the honor roll. My oldest hit the honor roll twice this particular school year, and my youngest hit the honor roll the second half. And I'm immensely proud. I mean, they've hit the honor roll before, but it's just like every time they hit the honor roll, I always act a whole fool. And I use every reason to celebrate. And I encourage you to too. I don't care what it is. I mean, hell, you can celebrate every morning you wake up if it makes life that much more enjoyable. But my oldest understands the purpose of high school, but he's not really an alumnus. You know, he's just like, I'm here because I got to get a diploma, you know, and I'll do what I got to do. But the boys, as they continue to grow under my care, are beginning to feel less and less relatable to their peers. I mean, they're still children. They are. But I can absolutely identify with feeling a little more mature. And my oldest is definitely, actually both of them, they're not concerned with the girls at their school at all. They're like, they ratchet. They go to an uppity college prep school, but it is not devoid of ratchetness. And even though they wear blazers and Oxfords and khakis and ties and all of that, I've set a very high bar as the first woman in their life. And they are not interested in any of them girls. Thank God. I also thank God that they don't have open campus for lunch because, the Lord is compassionate and merciful, slow to get angry, and filled with unfailing love. Psalms 103:8. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your paths straight. Proverbs 3:5-6. Guess who hasn't been clearing their throat? Told you it was just temporary. I was so embarrassed because I'm like, why? Every time I start recording, I don't know if I had stage fright, somebody trying to shut down my dang on throat chakra or what, but we got through it. And I thank you for hanging in there with me. I'm sure it was quite annoying because I was quite annoyed. And maybe I'm just finally getting past the initial allergen attack of the beginning of the season. We'll see how I do in the fall. I highly recommend everyone go out and request an allergy test. Find out what's going on with you. Get so curious about yourself that you stay in your own lane and mind the business that pays you. Some people are so grossly invested in other people's business that they have no clue as to what's going on with themselves. And that is bizarre. All right, let's see. I'm excited about these Namaste cards because not only is it the last of the decks that I've chosen for this week, it will be the last day that I decide which one stays. What are we going to continue with? Or do we get more decks and just keep trying new ones until we find the one that's like, okay. As you know, this is constantly evolving. I'm always trying new things. And so evolve with me, please. Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Isaiah 41:10. God will meet all your needs according to the riches of his glory in Jesus Christ. Philippians 4:19. All right. We got 4 down, 3 to go. I hope your week has been wonderful so far. And as we kick off the weekend, I pray nothing but good weather for you. so that you may enjoy fully. You will be secure because there is hope. You will look about you and take your rest and safety. Job 11:18. We must accept finite disappointment, but never lose finite hope. Martin Luther King Jr. That's that quote that I find quite controversial. I don't know if I need to accept finite disappointment. I don't know about that one. But I didn't make the cards, did I? All right, number 6. Those who trust in the Lord will find new strength. They will soar high on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not faint. Isaiah 40:31. Pray and let God worry. Martin Luther. Not Luther King Jr., Martin Luther. All right, so we got 1 to go. Let's see if we get a good one. They're always good. Any plans for the weekend? I want to, but the weather is like kind of acting a little finicky, but it looks a little more stable next week. So I told my offspring we will play it by ear. And luckily for mine, like my son said the sweetest thing the other day. We have come so far in our relationship. Because at one point we weren't as close as we are now, my oldest and I, which is so weird because there were factors at play that I wasn't aware of that created a rift between us. And now that we're here, I know that God answers prayers because I prayed for my baby. But we were going for an evening walk. And we were talking about the possibilities, all the possibilities of what can happen this summer because we love to travel. We are absolutely in love with travel and take every opportunity and reason to do so. Okay, we're always speaking travel into our existence. And my oldest goes, I don't care what we do as long as we're together. If that ain't my child. And I was like, exactly. Be strong and of good courage, for the Lord your God, He is the one who goes with you. He will not leave you nor forsake you. Deuteronomy 31:6. Let's not get tired of doing what is good. At just the right time, we will reap the harvest of blessing. Galatians 6:9. And this is my favorite and the end of the Blessed Seven. One of my favorites. You know my other favorite, my real favorite, my real favorite. I always act a fool when I get that card. And for those of you I don't know, this is my lucky ducky, keep calm and trust God card. Got me through some tough times. But in regards to this one particular card, this last card, be strong and of good courage. The Lord your God, He is the one who goes with you and will never leave you nor forsake you. I think I said in the last video, I never felt like God brought me this far just to bring me this far. And no, don't ever grow weary of doing what is good. Because some people are good and then they turn bad because they feel like, well, what the fuck? You know, why? Everybody else is doing it, so I'll just conform. No, you just get those people out of your life. Get those circumstances out of your life. You change your environment, but you don't go against your inheritance, which is God's mercy and grace and presence in your life. I don't know about other religious texts. At this moment in time in my life, I've only really truly referenced the Bible. That doesn't mean I'm not open to other religious texts. I want to make that clear. Because I do believe that God will meet you where you are and will reach you however He is meant to reach you in that form, or she. But I do know You reap what you sow. And I believe, unless you are entertaining a demon, i.e., toxicity, you have a very clear understanding very early in life the difference between right and wrong. Even if you were demonstrated wrong, which I was for sure, there was still a part of me that understood what wasn't right. And I did everything I could to not become the monsters that raised me. And what really sealed the deal was when my son was probably about 5 or 6. He had done something. And the look of terror in his face because he was in trouble, I realized I was in fact becoming the monster that raised me. And I made a conscious decision right then and there. Yeah, nah, I'm not doing that. Not only am I not going to do it, I'll be everything opposite of what I saw. And we have such an amazing bond now. Don't grow weary in doing what is right. Because when you think no one sees you, God sees you. And those seeds will harvest, they will grow. Oftentimes, right when you least expect it. And for those who reap other types of harvests, they too. It's either karma or dharma, baby. All right, so namaste. This is the Namaste deck, and yes, it is longer. It's just as long as this last deck that we did, the Miracle. It's about the same size. The difference is that these cards are actually quite slippery, which helps for my little hands. Hear that? So the trick is in the slipperiness. But if it was any longer than this, I'd be in trouble. I'm gonna be able to do it. So we're gonna do 7 Namaste cards to match our blessed 7. We'll do our Bible roulette. We'll burn some bay leaves. I already wrote the bay leaves out, but feel free to drop in the comments the positive intentions that you have thought of during the time that we burn the bay leaves, or just drop some leaves in the comments. I think the leaf emojis are so cute. They're like blowing in the wind, if I'm not mistaken. So feel free to drop some leaves and a little fire emoji. And just know that I'm setting positive intentions with you for whatever it is that you are calling into your life, as long as it's good and positive. Anything negative, I ain't gonna be able to do it. Just know my energy rebukes anything negative. I can't go for that. No, no can do. Never did find out exactly what that was that he can't go for. Okay, just breathe. Concentrate. Align yourself with your breath. Intentionally breathe 8 times and make every breath last a long time. Draw the breath in fully and exhale completely. Stress affects our breathing. The more we stress, the shallower our breaths. This will in turn affect our oxygen levels and our heart rate. This is the reason why we tend to feel tired when we are stressed. Mindfully focus on your breathing will help our mind and our body recover. That was the thing about Tai Chi today. You know, when you move that slowly and that fluidly and that purposefully, timing your breath with that becomes a conscious thing. And a woman who has been doing this for some time with this particular instructor, you know, she commented on that and how she felt that today she finally was able to get the rhythmic breathing that she had been trying to subconsciously achieve for quite some time. And I definitely related to that, because I was thinking to myself, am I the only one? Tai Chi is pretty dope. And I just didn't realize it was this dope. So I'm quite excited for this journey. Anything new in your life that you want to share, please feel free to drop it in the comments. You are safe here. I want you to know, like I tell my boys, this is a safe space. Okay? I will gladly block and hide anyone's comments that cannot respect the community rules of respecting one another. So please understand, you are free to share here. Okay? And if you want personal, private one-on-ones with me, my social medias will be listed in the description, and you can easily book 60-90-minute sessions with me. I will be uploading a couple of sessions so you can get an idea of what I do as your spiritual therapist. As soon as I can upload them, I will. Of course, I have to always respect people's privacy and get their consent, so be looking out for that soon. Let's see. What is the word, Lord? Lower abdomen breathing. Back to breathing. All right, it is quite important. I mean, seriously. So let's find out how important. We tend to breathe with our lungs and chest. This way of breathing doesn't allow a full breath of air into our bodies, though. Put your hand on your chest and breathe with your lungs. Now put your hand on your lower abdomen and breathe with your diaphragm. Notice the difference? Now breathe with your diaphragm for 8 minutes. If you feel any tightness, relax more into each breath. Deep breathing relaxes the body, and the increase of oxygen relaxes the mind. Men tend to be belly breathers, women tend to be chest breathers. So if you already breathe with your belly, kudos to you. But if you recognize, like myself, you tend to breathe in the chest, no worries, a little practice, you'll get it. Lemon water, a little vitamin C before the night is over, with a splash of apple cider vinegar. So it's quite tart, but absolutely hydrating and ever so beneficial. All right. Looking at the time. Please get your rest. It is so imperative. I definitely learned the hard way. I'm talking about, my body was like, good night. I don't care what you got to do. And I was like, okay. Listen to your body. It needs you to listen, because it listens to you. Anything you say about it, it heard it, and it's going to comply. So if you are even thinking anything self-deprecating, it heard you. And your cells are just mini versions of you. And so whatever you're thinking about, you was going to manifest. Okay? Relax your face. Dun, 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 dun. Gently relax your eyes. In doing so, feel how the rest of your face wants to follow in turn. Let your forehead drop as your jaw and ears float on your head. Now let your tongue sleep in your mouth. Stress can tighten your face and cause your head to feel tired. Relaxing your face can help you feel less stressed. I was invited to exploring your past life meditation this evening. But I only found out about it today. And it's interesting because, as you all know, or maybe you don't know, I am currently in a school for spiritual gifts. And we are currently learning how to tap into past lives. So when this person, a friend of mine, invited me, I was like, yeah, there's no coincidences, but the knee-jerk response isn't that ironic? But it's not. I'm quite excited to find out if you do believe in past lives as I do. That was actually one of the last things that we discussed in my last class. We did an exercise about it, and I actually saw a symbol that I currently have on my keys. It's an eye of Ra. And it's interesting because I have, I don't know, maybe 4 other people in my class. It's all online. And we all said something totally different based off the exercise that we had done. And it's very interesting. Give your mind a treat. Ooh. Notice how sometimes you crave pizza and ice cream. When your tummy wants something that it loves, you tend to give in and indulge it. Let your mind have a treat as well. Where do your thoughts drift to when you think of happiness? What is it that would put a huge smile on your face? Invoke those thoughts for 8 minutes and let your mind fantasize. This exercise can release good hormones and give a positive effect on your body. Another quick tip is if you are feeling away and you recognize it, because sometimes we can, entertain a thought and not realize that we're going down a rabbit hole that doesn't make us feel the greatest. It can happen, I always say that certain emotions are quite intoxicating, and anger is definitely one of them because it's so destructive. And by the time you've done the destruction, not you, but someone has succumbed to their anger, sometimes the damage is irreparable. So, a life hack to get yourself out of a funky mood and release endorphins is just a smile. And it definitely is that fake it till you make it. And so even if you don't feel happy, just by will release endorphins and will make you feel better. You may have to do it a couple times. But the more you practice, the more you open up and allow yourself to feel better. Yeah. I tend to smile a lot. So if you're not accustomed to smiling, it may feel a little bizarre at first. And that's totally understandable. But just know that if you want a quick endorphin hit, it takes way more muscles in the face to frown than it does to smile. So try it. Get in the mirror and just cheese it out. Also, if you ever want to know if somebody's faking a smile, it's in their eyes. It's all in the eyes. That require you being observant. I've literally witnessed conversations with people where they didn't look at me not one time. Not one time. So how can you have a conversation with someone and not make eye contact? And I've also noticed people smile and their eyes are dead. Not even, well, maybe not dead. Yeah. The eyes, they don't lie. The eyes do not lie, child. And neither does energy. All right, so we got 4 to go. Oh no, sorry, 3 to go. And then we will do Bible roulette. And listen, whatever it fall on, just know it's the divine. I ain't got nothing to do with it. I know it ain't gonna be rude tonight because I went ahead and was compliant that last night that we did this. So we will have something else tonight, I'm certain. I think I'm gonna do the Bible roulette a little bit different this time, just to make sure that I'm just falling on a random page and maybe not decreasing in the Bible because it's so old. I'm ready to get one of my boys' Bibles because they're newer. Though not as marked. So what I would probably do is Bible roulette with theirs and then turn to it at mine and then read my little hors d'oeuvres. I encourage you to go back and read the entire chapter as I always do. If you've gotten this far in the video, thank you. I appreciate you sticking around and humoring me. Nearly done. All right, Lord, give us some cards. I think this deck is pretty cool. I will list all of the cards in the description. I know that I can be a little fast when I speak. We just got all 3, so we're going to take them. All right, so first one out is, it's not about the destination, it's about the experience. Now, this is, yeah, let's do it. I like it. You don't need to be somewhere or have something to be happy. The experience is always more memorable than the actual destination or object you desire. If you think more about the destination than the actual journey, then you will miss out on all the lively and lovely experiences on the way. Don't measure success by where you have been, but by what you have learned in your journeys. Be aware of how you qualify success. Becoming aware of your thought patterns allows you to reduce them. By reducing our thoughts, we have more time to be in the present. Ain't that the truth? I think we talked about that in one of my past videos about how the journey is really the point, you know? I remember when I graduated from nursing school, it was like, I felt accomplished for certain. But now that it was over, it was like, okay. It felt like a journey, you know? When I bought my house and I got the keys, it was like, and I had been desiring a home since I was 17. I wanted it at 25, I got it at 28. And I'm so grateful for that 3-year gap in getting what I wanted, you know? And once we closed, it was like, you can move in whenever you want. I was so naive. But it was like a new journey was beginning at that exact moment. And that's what it's all about. You know, it truly is about falling in love with the journey of what you desire coming into fruition, and then you start anew. It's beautiful. It's beauty in that, you know. And, you know, that should give you peace of mind, especially if you ever find yourself in between things, you know, in between jobs, in between relationships, in between whatever. Even when it's tough, if you can find the beauty in the journey, first of all, if you're still in your right mind and you're alive and you can hold on to the blessings in your life, no matter how big or quote unquote small, because I think all blessings hold weight. Nothing should be taken for granted. Nothing. When you truly allow yourself to be grateful for even the smallest of things, you're far more blessed than you think you are. Wash your hair. Okay. Use some good shampoo and wash your hair. Feel your fingers massage your head. Let your head feel every sensation. Feel the bubbles cleanse your hair and scalp. Notice how the water rinses your hair and mind clean. Being stressed can cause pressure to build up around your head. Massaging your head can help relax and invigorate the largest and most complex organ in your body, the brain. So, fun fact. Was it before? Yeah. It was before I became a banker. I was a shampoo girl at a well-known salon in my area with a well-known male stylist in my area. And I was one of his shampoo girls. And I made money, honey. Because one thing I know how to do is massage a scalp. Especially when my babies were smaller, I used to find myself playing in their hair. You know, I'm one of those people. I play in the hair. Because my youngest, especially, had very curly, I don't want to say fine, because fine always gives the thought of it being thin, but it wasn't thin. It was just very curly. I don't know how else to put it. Not too thick, not too thin, just curly, beautiful hair. And I used to put them old ladies to sleep, honey, and get big tips. I'm talking about hundreds of dollars, because I would give them the greatest shampoo and they would be knocked out snoring, child. I'm talking about snoring. And I'm like, okay, Mrs. So-and-so, come on. I'm like, oh, yeah, all dazed and confused, you know, drooled and the whole nine. I had forgotten all about that. I told y'all I feel like a vampire. Like I've been here forever. Drink some tea. Okay. All right, namaste. I heard that. Drink some tea. This ain't tea, but I felt that one. Boil the water and sit near the steam. Think of the flavor. I think they meant flavor. Think of the flavor of the teas as the water takes its time to boil. When the water is ready, give thanks to the warm pleasure it can provide. While mixing the tea, embrace all the smells and take all the scents deep within you. Taking pride and pleasure in the task leading up to your reward will extend the experience of satisfaction. Enjoy your tea. In my house, my boys cook for me because I cooked for them for the first 10 years of their life. And so we have a pact that they will cook for me for the next 10 years, taking turns. And so now every night we have dinner together. And we take turns praying. And whoever prays gets to pick the entertainment for the evening. And I reminded them tonight to always thank the divine, thank God, the universe, Jehovah, however you identify with a higher source. Humbly thank God for the provisions of which the food was provided and every hand that played a part in the meal, and especially bless the hands that prepared it. Food should always be made with love. Always. Because it will come through. You have somebody angry make some food, it definitely will come through. But you can also tell when someone is completely content because it has an extra little warmth to it. So, bless the hands in which this food was prepared. All right. Time for the trusty dusty busted Bible Roulette from my New Living Translation Bible. Okay. We weren't in complete candlelight this evening because a friend of mine was like, "Child, we can't see you." And if you don't know, I do absolutely appreciate positive, constructive criticism and feedback. So don't be shy. Let me know. Okay. Don't be cruel. I hate to block you. But it's not what you say, it's how you say it. And so I do encourage feedback. If there's anything that I can do to improve your experience with me, I am not opposed to hearing you out. Just like my candlelight. I'm not hiding. I used to hide. I ain't hiding no more. I was the person in my neighborhood that now you see me, now you don't. Especially when I would club hop or in a bar crawl by myself. You know, I get nice and dressed up and make sure the kids were good and step out for a few hours. But I would always be somewhere just long enough, maybe 30 minutes tops, maybe. I don't know if it was ADHD or if I just didn't want people to know I was there by myself. You know, as a woman, when you're doing things on your own, you have to be a little more creative and mindful to keep yourself safe, you know. And for me, especially when I was younger, I used to always either know the promoter or the DJ or both. But there would be times where I would go out alone and, you know, venture to places where I didn't necessarily know anyone. And typically the owner would gravitate towards me. And so then the owner would kind of take me under their wing and watch over me, you know, whatever. But I would just be at places long enough. You see me? No, you don't. So I guess that's a part of me that's a little shy. Plus, I like just being in my own little world. I really do enjoy my own company. So, you know, it's nothing for me to keep it moving. I am the party. Wherever I go, I am the party. And that's how you should feel too, by the way. I'm not saying that just for myself. You need to be the party wherever you go too. And if I ever catch any of y'all saying anything depressing in my comments, child, just know that my silence is a blessing. Okay? I get paid to give advice, so I ain't giving it out for free on the comments. I can tell you that now. I'm not going to convince you of anything that I haven't already said in my videos. And anything more than that, you can book a session with me and we'll work it out. Okay? But just know that I am rooting for your highest good and that you recognize the blessings in your life. And you just keep swimming. All right. Leviticus 14. 14 and 15. Okay. It ain't Ruth. Okay. One more thing before I forget. So we're going to put a pin in that for 2 seconds. Alexa, turn on left and right. I'm not really ready for the lamp tonight. It's a little abrasive. Check this out. This is not a paid ad, okay? I want to make that clear. You'll know when it's a paid ad. But I do want to put you on a little game. As a matter of fact, you know what? Hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So this little mirror is on my altar in front of me, right? And so I don't know if you can see this, but these are Expo neon window markers. All right. Just about every mirror in my house, including the one behind me, which I don't know if you can even see that one. Can you see it? Yeah. There's one in front of me. I have this little teeny one in front here that I do when I do different altar things. There's even a mirror on my guitar. I just realized that Midnight has a mirror on them. But every mirror in my house, we have written affirmations on. Okay. And I highly recommend you do that because you want to surround yourself with reminders of who the fuck you are. Okay. And what is coming into your life, even on a subconscious level, because at some point, you don't even need to read them, but I'm sorry, I'm having indigestion. Excuse me. Your subconscious mind is still picking up on that. Okay, so what color do I want to pick right now? Let's do the blue is calling to me. Okay. So just so you can, really? All right. Just so you can kind of get an idea. Let's see. Should I write my favorite? We'll just say money loves me. Okay. This mirror is a little dirty because it's been on my altar and has been subjected to candle wax and all kinds of altar stuff, residue. So don't judge me. I want to say don't judge me, judge your mama, but I'm not. I don't want to be that person right now. I am a money magnet. And never mind my left-handed writing. Can you see that? So that's just an example of how it, it looks. I mean, you may not be able to read it, but you can kind of get an idea. Okay, I'm back. My alarm went off. Anyway, so yeah, you can kind of get an idea of how that looks. And so, you have in this particular pack, it's a neon pack. I used to do other window art supplies, but I find that the Expo is the best because I used to do crayons, window crayons, and I did window markers by another company, and it just wasn't like, either it was too hard to clean off because some say you should change out your affirmations every 30 days. And so trying to get the crayon residue off became a ridiculous mess. And I think that was by Crayola. And then their window markers were very thin, and you could barely see them. I have a lot of affirmations on my bathroom mirror, so when I take a shower and it starts to fog up in there, sometimes it would run, which would be like, oh God, okay. So these, for me, tend to stand the test of time. All right, depending on how long it is between actually updating your affirmations if you need to, and they don't run. Okay, and you have in this particular set, which is not that old. I actually just got this set off of Amazon probably within the last, I don't know, 2 months, because I thought that the one that I had was drying out, and it really wasn't. So I'm just now opening it tonight just to show you guys, but I haven't really needed to. But there are 5 markers in here. I'll show you again. Get back in there. It's like, no, I can't want to. Okay. When my son was little, he used to say, I can't want to. I can't want to, mommy. I can't want to. So I still tease him to this day. I can't want to. So you got a nice blue, green, hot pink, a hot orange, and a yellow. Looks like. Okay. So, and they also have, I feel like they have a white, if I'm not mistaken. So just, get to Googling, see which ones you like. Back to the Bible, shall we? I just wanted to put that out there before I forgot, because it was sitting here looking at me like, aren't you going to mention me like you said you would? So, I just dropped my mirror. Okay. We'll get that later. All right. So we are in Leviticus, children. Let's see. Cleansing from skin diseases. Okay. So this is Leviticus 14. My little nugget from this chapter is verse 8. The person being purified must then wash their clothes, shave off all their hair, and bathe themselves in water. Then they will be ceremoniously clean and may return to the camp. However, they must remain outside their tents for 7 days. On the seventh day, they must again shave all their hair from their heads, including the hair of the beard and eyebrows. I'd be scared they wouldn't grow back. Okay, but anyway, they must also wash their clothes and bathe themselves in water. Then they will be ceremoniously clean. Oh, let me write down. I was going to say, I don't know when I highlighted this, but again, whenever I would go through my Bible, whatever I was led to do, I don't typically question things, you know. When divine puts it on my heart to do something, I don't really, I just roll with it. And divine has never made me do anything foolish or sadistic. Just FYI. Okay, because I can hear somebody that now, what if God wanted you? Shut up. We don't do that around here. That's called the devil. And the devil can go right to where he's at. All right, so that's the only nugget that I put for that one. So I will go back and revisit this and put my spin on it in the description. Look out for that, okay? Over in 15, bodily discharges. Fun. Let's see. So I have highlighted all of chapter 15, verse 16 through, I'm gonna get the context, stop it. 28. Or 27 rather. Whenever a man has an emission of semen, he must bathe his entire body in water, and he will remain ceremoniously unclean until the next evening. Any clothing or leather with semen on it must be washed in water, and it will remain unclean until evening. After a man and a woman have sexual intercourse, they must each bathe in water, and they will remain unclean until the next evening. Whenever a woman has her menstrual period, she will be ceremoniously unclean for 7 days. Anyone who touches her during that time will be unclean until evening. Anything on which the woman lies or sits during the time of her period will be unclean. If any of you touch her bed, you must wash your clothes and bathe yourself in water. You will remain unclean until evening. If you touch any object she has sat on, you must wash your clothes and bathe yourself in water, and you will remain unclean until evening. This includes her bed or any other object she has sat on. You will be unclean until evening if you touch it. If a man has sexual intercourse. I did not have sexual relations with that woman. Sorry. Okay, back to the task. With her, and her blood touches him, her menstrual impurity will be transmitted to him. He will remain unclean for 7 days, and any bed on which he lies will be unclean. If a woman has a flow of blood for many days that is unrelated to her menstrual period, or if the blood continues beyond the normal period, she is ceremoniously unclean. As during her menstrual period, the woman will be unclean as long as the discharge continues. Any bed she lays on and any object she sits on during the time will be unclean. just as during her normal menstrual period. If any of you touch these things, you will be ceremoniously unclean. You must wash your clothes and bathe yourself in water, and you will remain unclean until evening. And that is that. The Day of Atonement in 16. See, the Bible will reel you in, just like them Hallmark movies. Okay. All right. For me personally, that was one of the reasons why it was so easy for me to read the Bible front to back so quickly, because it was like, you know, I ain't gonna lie, because Genesis was kind of like the first season of Game of Thrones where it was like, what? And then once you got over the hump, it was like, oh, okay, got it. So yeah, there's that. We silly around here, and it's okay to be silly. I just want you to know. So, time to burn some bay leaves. You ready? I'll be right back. So, I am so grateful that you all have gotten this far in the video. I hope you all enjoyed our time together. Let me know what you think of the Namaste cards, okay? I think they serve a purpose. And so I think what I have decided is that between the Namaste cards and the, I don't know. I was going to say, I think between the Namaste cards and the affirmation cards, but the rethink cards are pretty deep too. So I'm gonna have to sit and think about this one. As a matter of fact, when I'm done with this recording, I'm actually gonna meditate. And yeah. So by the next time that I do upload a video, I will let you guys know an update on what I've come up with. Let me know which deck that you've enjoyed. If you've been watching the videos consecutively, you will know that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, except for yesterday and today, I've had new decks that I have integrated into our time together. There's been a new deck every single week that I was so excited about. As a recap, we had the Rethink. What was this? Rethink affirmation cards for mindful life and daily actions. So that's the one that I'm like, that was actually pretty deep. Then we had the 63 affirmation cards, which I thought were pretty cool because not only were they small, but they were nice and slippery and very easy for me to handle. They are for inspirational, fun, and attitude packed. Okay. Then we did the, oh my God, where are they? The headache in my hands. And this was probably the most, like, I had such high hopes when I ordered these because I thought they were the same size as my Keep Calm and Trust God cards, but false advertisement all day long. These cards are way longer than that, and they're okay. So I would say those are my least favorite. And then tonight, of course, we had the Namaste with the cute little elephant. So let me know what you guys thought or think, and I will take that into consideration. But we shall see. Okay, let's burn some bay leaves. All right, so like I said, I've already prepared some bay leaves here, and I want us to pause for a moment, set the intention that we're all in the same vibration of positivity. And the burning of the bay leaf, I just want you to know, it is a manifestation technique. And so it has nothing to do with witchcraft or anything like that. You know, it's just another tool. You can manifest with absolutely nothing, outside of your imagination. Okay. But it's just a calming thing that you can do to assist you in a visualization of your manifestations and releasing it to the universe, the divine. Okay. So with that being said, let's pause for a moment and ground. And we're all going to practice breathing through our diaphragm moving forward. Because as we learn this evening, which we love to do, we love to learn, right? Because when we learn, we grow. And we're all about evolution on this channel. Where was I going with that? I just heard something that threw me off, and I'm like, wait a minute, what was that? So yes, we've learned to breathe through our diaphragm. And now we're going to burn our bay leaf. So much fire on this channel, from the incense to the Palo Santo and now the bay leaves. Like maybe I'm a fire dancer in another life, in another dimension. Okay. And I have a fire safe dish here. Okay, so nothing's gonna go down. All is well, all safe. Braids are fine. Hair is fine. Nothing's going up in flames here. All right, y'all. So we burned our leaves. We did our Biblemancy. We did our cards. We've bonded. We've joked. We've laughed. We've talked. Almost cried. And now we're at the end. And so I really genuinely hope you all have gotten something from this today. And if you have, please feel free to comment. Please feel free to comment. Like, subscribe, share, hit that notification button so that you know when I'm uploading. And stay wonderful. Stay hydrated. Stay rested. Okay? Because if you don't, your body will definitely let you know who's in charge. Okay? Stay prayed up. Stay positive. And most of all, my loves. What? Stay loved.